This girl I was dating, she is probably one of my longest lasting friends, or she was. She had been my friend since sophomore year of high school, okay? My best friend. So it's been 10 years. 10 years of being best friends. But the thing with her is that we've always been a little more than friends, okay? A few years ago, we did a podcast, me and everybody else. We talked about how this girl was having an affair with me, and everybody told me. I remember it was like an intervention style thing. Like everybody was ganging up on me. They were like, "Dude, this is gonna end in disaster." I didn't really care because I couldn't see far enough in the future. Because another thing with this girl is, she is the first girl that I ever fell in love with. So I knew in the back of my mind this could never come to fruition. I could never date this girl. But somewhere along the line, somewhere in these past 4 years, I lost sight, dude. I lost my vision. And all of a sudden, her interest in me seemed like she wanted to, it had peaked, it seemed like she wanted to maybe move to the next level. I was stuck up in this sophomore fantasy that I had that like, oh, damn, I'm finally gonna get a chance to date this girl. Things are gonna be different, but things are never different, alright? So we started dating, officially dating, in September last year. Lasted about 6 months, okay? As we started dating and I started having, these outbursts and mood swings and being a little bitch and getting mad and shit, I could just tell every single time she lost a little bit more respect for me, until the point where she was being super judgmental, saying all these sorts of things about me, treating me certain ways. But because I was in love with this girl, I just let it continue. Alright, now we fast forward 6 months. Our last fight, she decides to order pizza. I love pizza. But my least favorite food is mushrooms, and she knows this. She asked me if she could get this pizza called The Works, and I'm already like, what, The Works, dude? Like, what, a supreme pizza? Whatever, dude, like, I'm a pepperoni or cheese pizza guy. She also knows this. The Works, dude. What do you think that implies, people? That implies that it's got the works on it. It's got a lot of shit on it. So I do ask her, I'm like, well, what's on this pizza? And she goes through a list of things, and I'm like, whatever, I'll eat the pizza. We're at her house. My brother's there. My little brother's there as well. The pizza comes. She opens it up. I'm looking in dismay and horror, dude. I'm like, it's got fucking mushrooms on it, dude. And she's like, big deal. Just pick them off. And I'm like, what the fuck do you mean pick them off? The pizza's cooked with the mushrooms on it. The pizza itself, it's gonna taste like mushrooms. And so I start sulking. I go away from the table. I go sit in another room by myself and just, watch things on my phone for a while until it's time to go home. And the next day, she texts me saying that she was really disappointed with the way I behaved, and then she proceeded into this conversation where she was like, look, all you do is make me miserable. She really starts villainizing me, dude. She makes me out to be just this terrible person that's always trying to start fights, always trying to hurt her. She's like, you're never going to change. You've always had these problems. And she's like telling me all the things that she hates about me, essentially. And she tells me that she wants me out of her life forever. She doesn't want to be friends with me anymore. She doesn't want to date me. Within the next 24 hours, she shows up at my house to pick up my little brother. Okay? Shows up at my house after dumping me, telling me that she does not want to see me, does not want to be friends with me. Shows up at my house and grabs my little brother. So I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what about the boundaries, dude? What about the goddamn boundaries? And so they go off to wherever. I go to sleep. I wake up before work at like 9 p.m. He's still not back. My little brother's still not back. Dude, I start thinking. I get this sickening feeling in my stomach that my boundaries are being seriously violated here. Like, they are up to something. They are up to no good. I go to work. It's all I can think about. All I can think about. I get off work, and I'm like, you know what? I bet you Tristan is still not home yet. I bet he's still over there. I can't tell if this is just paranoia or if something's actually going on, but I gotta go see for myself, man. I show up. I go in. And I find that they're sleeping together. Okay? My brother. My little brother. In her bed. With less than 24 hours after she dumped me. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? Like, what kind of, you aren't my brother, dude? What the hell? So I start losing my shit, bro. I start screaming and yelling, and I start getting up in her face, and at this point, she's trying to get ready for work, because she works in the morning, and I can tell that I'm scaring them. Like, they're genuinely scared that I might start swinging, okay? I could see it in their eyes. And she's like, no, we're just friends, you know, we just wanted to sleep in my bed as friends. I'm like, what the No, dude. That is, no, dude. No, bro. And, so, she tells me to get the fuck out. I'm like, I'm not leaving, dude. I'm not leaving while Tristan is here. And she's like, get out of my house or I'm gonna call the cops. I'm like, no, I'm not leaving. She immediately, like, slinks to the ground and starts crying. Okay? Which made me feel so good. Made me feel so good to see her cry. I don't know why, but it warmed my heart. Okay, she's sobbing. She's like, please leave, please leave. And then my brother, who's still, you know, laying in her fucking bed, he's like, dude, stop beating the shit out of her. And I look at him, I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? Like, that is obviously not what I'm doing here. Whatever. I realized that whatever they perceive me to be doing here, I haven't pushed her, I haven't hit her, I've just blocked her from getting past me, and I've grabbed her arm. Okay, not like a fucking, I don't know. I guess I could say that, and I could come off as like I grabbed her really hard, but this is not what I did. Okay, so I end up leaving after that. I'm like, I gotta get out of here. I go home. She texts me while I'm walking home. She's like, don't ever show up to my house again, or show up to my work. For some reason, I've never shown up to her work. She's like, or I'm gonna call the cops on you. I get home, and I text my brother. I'm like, dude, you're not allowed to live with me anymore. You gotta get the fuck out. Do you know what this guy does? He goes and moves in with her. So this has all happened within 48 hours of her dumping me. The girl that I love, alright? So let's assume that she's not expected to respect my boundaries. My brother, dude. Blood relation. There's gotta be some sort of expectation to not do this to me. I would never do this to him, okay? For the most important reason, because all the women that he sleeps with, I guess, except her, they're like smelly, raunchy women, okay? They're like him. They don't shower. The thing with my brother is he only showers once a week. He doesn't use soap. He never washes his hands. I'm not even sure that he wipes his ass. People in my family start messaging me. My mom, my grandma, my grandpa. And I'm wondering what's going on, dude. Why is everybody messaging me all of a sudden? And my mom is like, Aiden, I heard you're moving out. You need any help? What's going on? And I'm thinking, she already knows what's going on. Somebody told her what's going on. My brother, Doob Magoob, as he goes by online, has told her what's going on. I tell her, I confide in her, I decide to tell her what's going on, and then I go to bed. I don't really read her responses because I'm tired. I got work at night. I wake up, I go to work, and I'm at work, working over in the frozen aisle, and suddenly my phone is just exploding, dude. I'm getting tons of messages. I open my phone, my Google Pixel, and I see that it's my mom sending me tons of messages, and I start reading them. These messages are not kind messages. In fact, they're very evil messages. She is suddenly calling me an abuser, an abusive asshole, saying that she's glad that my ex-girlfriend had the strength to leave me, and she knows what it's like to deal with people like me. Saying all these fucked up things about me, dude. Like, what the fuck is going on, bro? Like, this is the last time I ever confide in my mom, dog. Like I shared a piece of me, bro, with her, and she's using it to shit on me. She starts psychoanalyzing me, talking about all this trauma that I've suffered as a child, saying that I've been neglected, that she did a bad job of being present in my life, or whatever, and that I have all these problems because of it, and that it's her fault, that I'm such a piece of shit. I don't give a fuck about any of this stuff. Childhood trauma, couldn't care less. Right? Could not care less. And I told her, I was like, what you are doing to me right now is what I have done to my ex-girlfriend. So if I'm an abuser, so are you. But it's not like she knows the messages I've been sending my ex-girlfriend. What my brother has told her is what happened when I went over to their house. So I can only assume is that my brother has told my mom that I beat the shit out of my ex-girlfriend, and that's why I'm being called an abuser. And if I know my mom, this is being spread to the rest of my family, dude. This is being gossiped about, and that is why my grandparents are also messaging me. They've heard about this story. They've heard the untrue story of me beating the shit out of my ex-girlfriend. It's also my ex-girlfriend's fault, because she also sent me a message after it happened being like, the way you treated me is not okay, you can never physically get to try to hurt me like that, which I didn't do. And so I know that her and my brother are just talking about me, like being physically abusive, and the way she villainized me in front of him. He also knows all these other fucked up things about me. So my life is on total display here for my family, in an untrue manner, and I don't even bother telling them the truth because there's no point. My mom likes my younger brothers infinitely more than me, so I feel like my life is being pretty much fucking ruined. I haven't talked to really my family members since. Didn't talk to them on Easter. My reputation is ruined. Everybody thinks I'm a woman beater now, and it's not only my brother's fault, but it's my ex-girlfriend's fault, and they're living together, and they're sanctioning this, and this all comes from them. They're like a little power couple now, trying to fucking sabotage my life. Whatever, it is what it is. So between that situation, between me getting diagnosed with BPD, that's what's been going on in my life.